Whenever I was in Latin America and I was complaining about, these chicks are white worshiping, right? You know what I never had crossed my mind when I was in Kenya? That, I can go talk to some chicks, and then the minute a white boy walks by, these chicks all turn into slaves and puppies. I never had that thought when I was in Nairobi. I never had that thought. I had that thought when I was in Latin America. I really did. Now, maybe I had it in Asia, but I didn't give a damn anyway because I don't go to sleep dreaming about Asian women, so that never crossed my mind there either. But maybe if I did have Asian women as a preference, then maybe that would have been on my mind there as well. But I do notice it's a thing there as well. When I was in Latin America, the women would turn into fucking puppies the minute a white guy comes by. The restaurant service was different. Right in front of my fucking face. When I was with white people as opposed to being by myself or with other non-whites. Okay? It's not where you can't live there. It's not that bad. But it's annoying as shit. Okay? Do I really want to deal with that shit every day for the rest of my life? I'm going to tell you the fucking answer. I don't. Will I go back to Latin America? Absolutely. I love it. But I couldn't stay there permanently. I can't deal with it. That shit I cannot deal with. I can't deal with it. Some people, I don't know why, and only black Americans say this stupid shit. Well, they got tribalism. Yeah, what tribe am I from in Nairobi? I'll wait. How the fuck am I going to experience tribalism and I'm not even from there? That's some shit that they go through, not me. You know what that argument is like? That's the equivalent to you saying, oh, well, Austin, Kenya is not that great. Their economy isn't that good. Great. I don't work in Kenya. I'm not employed by any Kenyan company. That's not my problem. The same way how tribalism is not my problem. Shit. Okay? So I don't have to worry about those things when it comes to being in Nairobi. Never have. People love to say like, oh, the African women, they prefer the white guys. I'm sorry, I was in Africa for 6 months and I spent 3 to 4 of those months in Nairobi. I know for a fact I spent at least 3 because I had a 3-year lease for an apartment. And I'm going to let you know right now, I never saw, that doesn't mean white guys didn't get picked because they did, but a preference, I did not see that. Now, people can prefer whatever they want until that shit starts to get in my way. And that's how the majority of the world thinks. Well, all you motherfuckers think like that. It's not a problem until it affects you. Then it becomes a problem. Okay? So that was not an issue that I ever even went to bed thinking about when I lived in Nairobi. Okay? Now, Nairobi is safe. Okay? It doesn't mean that nothing is possible, because something definitely is possible in Nairobi. Never happened to me. God forbid I don't want it to happen to me, right? But guess what? The most that I have seen as an American living in Nairobi that will happen to you is maybe somebody on a motorcycle snatches the phone out your hand when they roll past. Some shit that happens in Asia and some shit that happens in Latin America. Everywhere. That pretty much happened. I mean, that could happen in the States, but I mean, people aren't desperate for phones like that in the States because they're more affordable than they are in a place like Brazil. Or anywhere where the electronic taxes are so high that phones jump up 4 and 5 times in value. So, guess what? Now, I don't have to worry about that level of danger. I've walked around Nairobi many, many times at night alone. Never felt in danger. Never felt like I was going to get robbed or killed. You know, when I went on dates with women in Nairobi, not once did I think I was going to wake up naked in the middle of a fucking forest. I didn't have those worries. Now, that's never happened to me, but I'm not going to discredit all the people that have died and been robbed in Latin America for those things. And no, it's not just Colombia that does those things. You can get drugged anywhere in the world. You can get drugged in Texas. But we're not going to make it seem like some places is so bad, like Medellin, where it's so bad to the point where they're known for that shit. To where the United States government has a fucking advisory for you to look out for this. When you get on Tinder in Medellin, the damn thing tells you that it's not safe to use Tinder. These people are selling you their service, Tinder, and they're telling you to be careful using their service in this city. Okay? When you're in Nairobi, you don't get those alerts. The safety is not an issue. FYI. Next thing, you guys, I've come to realize I'm stepping on some people's toes in Latin America anyway. Not that I give a fuck, but I'm stepping on some people's toes, and I have to let them continue to lie to you people about what's going on in these countries and how these people are getting results the way that they are. Okay? I'm going to let you have your market, continue to scheme and lie. I'm your only friend. Now, here's my thing about this. I can't lie to you about Nairobi. I've complained about certain things in Nairobi. I don't know how many because it wasn't that many. I wasn't selling you nothing on Nairobi. So for months and months, about 40 videos probably I did in Nairobi. For months and months, I just told you, hey, this is a great place. Come to this place. It's great. Come to this place. I did that shit for free. I had no monetization behind it. I mean, maybe I got paid for you guys to watch videos, but there was no motive for me telling you to go to Nairobi. So I can't make up a false dream about Nairobi or sell a fake experience that most people won't experience when they get there. Just keep that in mind. Now, next one. Maybe not so much in Nairobi. I don't know. I got to go back and do some more searching for this time. But I know Africa in general has, what I've seen around the world, the most submissive women. The best shot at having a stay. If you guys, some of you guys are looking for this, I'm not ready for this right now. But if you are looking for a stay-at-home wife that you don't need to work and stay at your house all day and rub your feet and not nag in your fucking ear all day, Africa is definitely the place for you. It's definitely the place for you. Now, Nairobi is a little different. Nairobi is more of a party culture. You know, they got some party stuff going on in Nairobi. But if you guys are looking for traditional women, Africa in general, I mean, Uganda, Tanzania, many places in Africa, it's the place. I mean, Africa is one of those continents where, I'm saying this because of traditional, where men have several wives and it's not illegal. And it's normal. That's normal. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just telling you guys, in Africa, that's a thing. So everybody that's looking for this traditional wife, I'm telling you, after going to 5 continents, I'm telling you, Africa is your best bet for that. That doesn't mean that you can't get it in other places, but if you want to find that at a high rate, Africa is your best bet. I don't give a damn how you feel about this statement. I'm the one that's experienced all these places. I got a video coming out about that too. I recorded it today. It'll be coming out. But I'm going to just drop a couple snippets, right? I brought up feminism in Brazil before. I want you guys to go ask 10 Brazilian women how many of them will be a stay-at-home wife. I'm not talking about sugar babies. I'm not talking about prostitutes. I'm talking about just regular chicks that are digging you when they saw you or when they got to know you. Because everybody can't be looked at and just like. But when they got to know you, how many of them want to be a stay-at-home wife, I can guarantee you is no more than 5. And that you lucky if you get fucking 5 that will say that. Okay? Now, the next one. Just like what most of us want, it's very cheap in Nairobi, Kenya. Very cheap. Now, if you want to get to flying around Africa, that's a different story. But to live in Nairobi, to have a 2-bedroom, I'm tired of saying this, to have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in a nice side of town with a nice view, I'm speaking from experience, I paid $670 per month and it was fully furnished. Okay? It was fully furnished. If you were to grocery shop, which I'm not doing, but if you were to grocery shop and have that apartment and use Uber for whatever you need it for and go on dates, you could do all that with less than $2,000. You could do that for less than $2,000. So it's not